What's up, guys? This week on Analog, we talk about Even Bigger Belk, which just happened this last weekend, has a lot of personal significance for Rishi, and was the biggest tournament ever for a underground party fighting game. I mean, Slap City, of course.
That's right. We talk about Slap City, and we talk about the Project M community, and we also get into the seeding for Smash Masters, and who we think has a chance at beating me.
Rishi will destroy Armada.
Finally.
Take it from me.
This is Analog. What's up, guys? Welcome to Analog, where LOD is our lad, he is our dad.
I was wondering if that's what you were going to go for. You said you had a joke ready, and I was pretty sure it was going to be LOD related. Yeah. You must be over the moon right now.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. It's really funny. We were talking about this a bit beforehand, but every time we talk about LOD on the podcast and say he needs to do better, we know he doesn't listen to the podcast, but it puts out, I think, this sort of mean-spirited energy into the world. Or just not mean-spirited, but doubtful energy. On my part, at least, even though I don't doubt him. And then he goes and does something amazing immediately.
Yeah, I mean, the past 3 weeks, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about how he needs a breakout placing.
And then he got a top 8.
And then last week we were like, yeah, but you know, he still needs like those wins, basically.
He needs the run that feels like a run.
Yeah.
And then he won a huge tournament.
Won Even Bigger Belk.
Yeah.
If you guys missed it, let me read off the results to you for Even Bigger Belk, which was a big tournament this weekend.
Yeah.
So
it was actually a bigger tournament this weekend.
It was an even bigger tournament this weekend. Yeah. So first place is LOD. Yeah. Cool. Sure. LOD's won tournaments before. Second place, S2J. All right. That's interesting.
Yep.
Third place, SFAT.
Mm-hmm.
Also interesting. Fourth place, Captain Face Roll.
That's a big one. And then fifth is also really interesting.
Dark Atma and Junebug.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, cool. So I guess that was the extent of the talent at this tournament. Like,
yeah.
It goes LOD, S2J, SFAT.
And then you're like, okay, well, LOD winning, it's he beat
know,
S2J a few times.
And then SFAT, whatever. And then after that, it's just like, Face Roll, Junebug, Dark Atma. You got some Sheiks floaties. All right, what about 7th place? Who's in 7th place?
La Luna and DizKid Boogie.
Oh, wow. Who beat DizKid?
Junebug.
Junebug?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
La Luna losing to Face Roll and SFAT.
Yep.
And then, all right, 9th place, you're like, cool. Now here's where you kind of have a drop off.
Yeah, now the talent's got to be all gone. Nope, you have Army, Smash Daddy, Azel, Ralph. Below them,
that still kind of feels like,
but
cool,
below
this
them,
is 9th place.
Below them, you've got Spark, Bizarro Flame, Ty.
Fizz, and Ty.
Yeah.
And at this point, I believe you. Like, cool. We ran out of good players.
No, there's no one left. No one's left.
What about, what is it, 17th place now?
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah, 17th place.
That's where the likes of Hugo Gonzalez and Bladewise and Fiction were all residing.
And then you got Tech Boy, Mega Xmas, and
but now every top 100, every top 30 player has to be out of the picture now.
Yeah, right? That's all there was.
Nope. Then you got Westfalls down getting
25th.
Yeah.
What a tournament.
It was a really cool tournament because a lot of these mid-level players had huge upsets this weekend.
Yeah, seriously.
Like a lot, like not even, okay, like Face Roll obviously had a great tournament. June had an amazing tournament. But there's also shit like Fizz beating Bladewise, which is insane.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I just heard that Fizz beat DD, the Puff.
No, and DD's good. DD just won the Arcadian. Yeah,
because my brother messaged me. He's like, all right, I'm going to go play DD now. And I was doing my laundry, and I was like, okay, cool, I have time. It's Peach Puff.
Yeah.
I can go put my laundry downstairs, come back up, and watch the rest of the set. Yeah. And I come back up, and the commentators are up, and I was like, is the set over? They're like, yeah, he 2-0'd Fizz.
No, but like, Fizz beating Bladewise is huge. And then
that is huge.
If you go up to winners...
and he took Junebug to Game 5.
He took Junebug to Game 5, and then Junebug beat Azel, and the way Azel got there was by beating Bizarro Flame, which, is not a huge upset, but it's still really cool because Azel's like 17 years old.
Okay, so he started there because he took Mike Hayes' seat. Mike Hayes was DK.
Yeah.
Still good, beating Bizarro Flame, losing to S2J, and then ultimately losing to Junebug.
Yeah.
What else happened here? We had Tech Boy, the PM IC's extraordinaire, beat Army.
Yeah, sent Army to losers really, really early on. Army got double eliminated by in the Icy.
By Ices. We were just talking last week about how Army is the best. We said on the podcast last week that given the results currently, Army is the best Ice Climbers player.
Well, that's because Kyle isn't playing anymore.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't change my statement. Given the results, he is the best Ices player.
But now there's a different Ices playing currently, and he has better results than him.
Who?
Kid Boogie.
Diz has one tournament.
Are we discounting all the other results where he's done better than Army?
No, I'm saying in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Like 2018.
I think it's if Kyle keeps playing, he'll get back to best Ices pretty quickly.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I think he's still really, really rusty.
Oh, yeah.
And he still managed to take 7th at this tournament.
Yeah.
Although
it doesn't hurt that you don't have to practice your punish game.
It was in a really easy bracket for him though, and he did end up losing to Junebug, and June has problems against Sheik sometimes.
Against Ices.
I mean Ices sometimes.
But dude, since he went down 0-2 to Sharks, the way he's played against Ices has looked so good.
Right. Yeah.
Because he just something clicked with him in Game 3 against Sharks, and it clicked so hard that he took Games 4 and 5 on FD.
Yeah.
And then managed to keep it competitive with Diz the whole set. He didn't go down 0-2. He didn't make a reverse 3-0 comeback.
Yeah, but
anyways, Ices.
Kyle's bracket was really easy. I'll never forget Diz Kid played Army at a Mayhem that I was at. That was a legendary Mayhem, by the way. That's where I saw the wife fox that I was talking about before.
Yeah.
That I've never seen before. And that was the Mayhem where this was great. So Kyle beat Lucky in winners.
Okay.
For the first time, and then I think he went and beat him again at CEO or something like the next week.
How many years ago was this?
I think it was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was when he was really just about to make his huge breakout, and then he had a really, really, really close set with, I want to say, Hugo.
Okay.
And then he was going to play Hugo again in losers. And he went to Daryl, who had come down with him for the tournament. And he was like, hey, Daryl, can you give me some practice for Hugo? And, they're both NorCal. They came to the tournament together. They were staying together at, I forget which SoCal player's house. And Daryl was just like, no.
What?
Nah, man. I'm not going to give you practice against Hugo.
Are you serious?
Against Samus.
Oh, my God.
And then Kyle lost. And it was... Oh, no, or what it was that I think Kyle won in winners and then he lost in losers or something like that. I don't remember. Anyways, it was really funny because Daryl just completely cold-shouldered him. Wow. And then I went back to the place Kyle was staying. I forget which SoCal player it was. And Daryl was there just eating in and out. And Kyle was so... as mad as Kid Boogie gets. He was like, Daryl, you abandoned me.
Yeah.
Daryl. Why did you do that? And Daryl was just like, I don't fucking know, man.
Wow.
I was like, can I have some in and out? No. It was really funny. But the whole point of this is that Kyle played Army when he got sent to losers.
Okay.
And it was the most... This was also when Army was on the come up, and it was the biggest destruction I've ever seen in my entire life. Really? I think what happened is Hugo played Army and he got warmed up for the matchup because of that. And so Kyle was like, I need to warm up Samus, and Daryl just flat out refused him.
Gotcha.
And that still went really, really close, and he almost beat Hugo. So he probably would have won the tournament if he had that practice.
Yeah.
So it was because that was when all of SoCal was terrible against Ices.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. He destroyed Army, and Kyle's had so much history in that matchup from alternating trading foundries with Nintendo. In the last ages of the foundry.
Yeah,
it was just the two of them going back and
after
forth.
Mike moved there.
Yeah, so he knows the matchup really, really well. And Army still took him to Game 5, so props to Army.
Speaking of his bracket, you said that it was easy, but both of his losses were actually upsets, right?
I don't consider them. The Junebug one I consider an upset. I'm just saying that for Kyle to get 7th, it was really easy.
Gotcha.
Dark Atma, Binion's really good at that matchup. Also because of having been in NorCal.
Well, he went Peach.
He went Peach the whole time. It looked really bad.
Yeah. Dark Atma, another guy who had a good tournament.
He had an amazing tournament.
And let's see, what were his wins? So he didn't have as many crazy wins out. So he got 2 Ices in a row.
Yeah.
He beat Tech Boy. Even if it wasn't Tech Boy, it was going to be Army.
Yeah.
He swept them 6-0 with his Peach.
Yeah.
And then he lost to face roll.
Yeah, so, maybe I overreacted by saying he had an amazing tournament, but he still got 5th place.
Yeah, he did. And he played well.
But it was actually, I think, the person who had the best tournament, aside from lloD, because lloD obviously had the best tournament, was face roll. Face roll's bracket was fucking crazy. Face roll started it off by beating Hugo.
3-1,
Yeah, then he lost to lloD, and then he went on a crazy, crazy losers run where he beat Ralph, who is he beat Ty. So
let's rewind a little bit. So Diz's first round in winners was Ralph.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know Ralph, NorCal Falco now plays Fox. It looks like
he's always been a dual main, but I didn't see his Falco.
I didn't see his Falco either. Yeah. I didn't see his Falco except for when he used Falco to beat Westballs.
Oh, is that what he did?
He played Falco, yeah.
I didn't know that was who Westballs lost to.
Yeah, Westballs lost to Ralph's Falco, which makes Ralph the 3rd or 4th Falco he's lost to.
I'm so not surprised by that, because Wes has shown that that's a shaky matchup for him in general.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised either, because I know Ralph's a god.
And Ralph's fucking amazing at spacey on spacey matchups.
Yeah, he plays fast. If you guys didn't know, Ralph has been the best Rivals player at many times in his career.
He's sort of dropped the game a bit now.
He has.
But
because he wants to focus on Melee.
But he successively got the 2 most powerful characters in Rivals nerfed in Maple and Forsburn. Yeah. By playing both of them in the early stages of the game.
It didn't even matter, because then he started playing Orcane because he thought Orcane was more fun, and he still beat everyone.
Yeah. But that's how it went. He played Maple, then he picked up Forsburn, then he picked up Orcane, and it was just like he beat everyone.
The best games of Rivals ever played were off-stream friendlies of me versus Ralph at EVO 2016, back when both of us were like seriously playing.
For my money, one of the best Rivals sets ever was like the first big offline Rivals tournament, and it was at the Foundry, and it was Ralph versus Dolphin Boy. Or Dolphin Brick. Sorry, Dolphin Brick. And so this was still when Ralph was going Forsburn Maple. Yeah. And I think it went to game 15, and he switched characters like 3 different times.
It's crazy.
It was a super, super sick set. Or grand finals.
That game is sick. We'll talk more a little bit about other platform fighters soon.
Yeah.
But back into this insanity of a bracket.
Yeah.
Junebug beat Ty, which I wasn't surprised about. I don't think a lot of people were surprised about, because Junebug is amazing versus
matchup.
Marth.
Yep.
What happened? So Ralph beat Ty. So let's get back to face roll.
Yeah, so I think he had the best performance of the tournament. And maybe even, like, lloD obviously is the happiest, but Griffin performed so well compared to how you expect him to perform a lot of the time.
Relatively he had the biggest upswing.
Yeah, and I can see him making both of these wins, but the way that he just played amazing. I'm just saying he was playing the best, along with Junebug maybe, relative to their usual peaks of anyone at the tournament.
So this is how I've been trying to approach tournaments, is you should focus on being not content. You should be focused on making yourself happy with your gameplay. So if you play really, really well and you lose, and that's happened to me, I don't feel bad about those losses at all. I know that I'm playing well, and then I know that I get outplayed. It's worse when you just know that you're better than the way you played. So using that as your goal rather than just winning is a much better way it's a much healthier way to relate to competing, I find. So face roll, if you're listening, you should be really happy with this tournament.
And he was. He totally was. He was on Twitter talking about it, and he was an inch away from beating SFAT. That was one of the sets of the tournament.
So that's what I want to talk about. And I wasn't watching a lot of his other sets that closely, but I was watching him versus SFAT. He was playing it beautifully.
No, he was playing amazing.
And so was SFAT, honestly.
Yeah, SFAT looked really bad against Junebug game 1.
Yeah,
and then he started doing what he normally does, which is destroy Sheik.
Yeah,
and that was what he had riding into the face roll set. And he looked great, and Griffin also looked great. And it was really funny actually, because what happened, the way Griffin lost is, so I was talking to Koopa Troopa, the Mario man.
Yeah, Mario.
Yeah, so I was talking to him on Discord about this, how it looks like face roll is playing a little bit differently in general. So face roll is known for being probably the best now at the one grab club Sheik style.
Arguably, yeah.
Yeah, or at least one of his biggest proponents. Yeah, definitely. He talks about that all the time.
Yeah,
and his punish game is insane. But what happened was he wasn't just going for grab anymore. So what happened, Griffin will usually like overshoot grab, and that's what he does because he's so good off a grab. But when you know it's coming every time, it's less threatening. And this tournament, he was reading movement with like really, really ballsy options. He would just go for like a full hop strong hit nair to get someone out of shield. Or at one point, he even read Ralph's roll in and just ran back and up smashed it. And that was fucking sick. And that was really cool because when he's threatening space with moves that make you want to shield, you will start shielding more, and then grab beats shield, and then...
Yeah, I always think it's really cool to like watch a player and see like tangible benchmarks of improvement in their gameplay. It's always really cool to see, rather than just someone like kind of playing the same all the time. Sometimes they don't play so good, sometimes they play like decent, and then every once in a while, due to variation, they make wins. But like there's like clear improvement from face roll, and like you can tell that he's putting in the effort to improve. I believe he's been, at least at some point, taking lessons coaching with Drugfox.
Sammy, that would make sense.
And I know he's credited Sammy a couple times.
Yeah, well, I mean, his whole playstyle originally came from Sammy.
Yeah. Sammy was one of the original proponents of the grab to death.
Speaking of Sammy, we've been talking for a few weeks now about, we just brought it up again, how Sheiks need to play the Marth matchup properly and Sammy stall. Griffin's so good at that matchup, and he destroyed La Luna. It was not close, and it's in part because, you know, he has that tech down. He doesn't hesitate to use it.
Of course.
He'll always go for it. He destroyed him. He's historically been really, really strong in that matchup. He has 2, maybe 3, I think 2 set wins on Pew Pew U as well.
Sounds about right. I know he had like a heart-wrenching loss to Zane at some point this year.
Yeah, that's true.
He was like centimeters away from taking the set.
I really, honestly, the way it felt watching Griffin this tournament was... So Mewtwo King's Sheik alternates between 2 really different styles of play. One is really defensive, and he camps the ledge, and he spams big tilts. And the other, he like approaches exclusively with short hop nair and like short hop nairs on shield and stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And Griffin was playing all the short hop nair stuff this tournament, which is the more interesting M2K Sheik playstyle for sure.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing. It feels very unnatural for non-Sheik mains to do, and even for Sheik mains to do, because Sheik's aerial mobility is so shitty. Yeah. When you jump, you're just like, oh, I'm just sort of...
But I guess if you do like the full hop, you can kind of just get out of there.
Yeah.
Dude, Sheik is a good character.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people... I think Sheik, for a little while, her stock was on the decline for a bit because people just were lazy, honestly, on average. And they weren't getting away with the easy stuff that they used to be getting away with. But when you see players like Spark and Griffin just like push the punish game, and it's not just punish game, it's like breaking down every interaction that you have in neutral and saying like, this is not going to work anymore. We need to innovate and we need to do better. And then on the other hand, I don't group Junebug in with these guys. I think he's a similarly improving Sheik, but in like a totally different way.
Right, because for him, he has a genius level neutral.
Exactly.
But he has the worst punish game.
His punish game is awful.
It's awful.
But he has like this, like almost the same results as some of these guys.
No, Junebug's punish game looks like my secondary Sheik. Like, I'm not even fronting when I say that. He has really good edge guards. And,
his edge guards are good.
And that's the reason he's able to compete, is because he thinks about the game so intelligently that he goes for easy combos to get someone off stage, and then it stops being a combo, it just turns into an edge guard. No, wait. Where's my watch? I thought you were wearing my watch for a second.
I got your watch.
I think I took it off when we were playing. Sorry. The band, it's the same band as mine.
Interesting. I'm not usually wearing my watch. I just put it on today.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. Anyways, what I was going to say is Junebug actually just wins neutral 50% more often than players of his skill level.
I think that's actually one of the reasons why he got... Well, okay. To be fair, he wasn't actually getting underrated for a while because he consistently did not show up at nationals.
Yeah, he just wasn't there.
And he just had like middling performances for a while
so
until recently.
The other aspect I was going to point out is that he's had like a shaky relationship with competing in the past year or so. Like his motivation has been pretty low. He would get frustrated here and there. That like he still loves to analyze, and he still is really smart at the game when he's playing comfortably, you know, in friendlies and so forth. But like his heart wasn't in it for competing for a long time, and a lot of that, like that's why he does well against me and Zane. He's really comfortable playing against us, you know. Even if it's not in like an MDVA venue, like he knocked Zane out at a Big House.
Yeah.
But I always encourage him to really put his maximum effort into competing in Melee, because I stand by his potential to be like a top 30 player.
Well, I've always been a believer Melee, because I think that if you know about PM and know about, and I obviously don't know that much, but knowing how Junebug played PM and how good he was at it and the reasons he was good at it, it always made sense to me that he would become a good Melee player, like very easily. But I think that what I was saying is, I think one of the reasons people, again, it wasn't actually underestimation, because it wasn't like he had these results that people were ignoring.
It's just that people weren't talking about him.
Yeah, you could clearly see from his in-region results that he was actually like a potential top 40, 30 level player, but he wasn't showing up that way.
At the most, people were just making fun of the fact that he was ranked #1 in MDV temporarily.
Exactly. And I think the other reason people underestimate him is if you watch a Junebug set where he loses or where he wins, it's very easy to think he's not that good.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't impress you.
He does some dumb stuff sometimes.
And he doesn't like, the way that he wins is not particularly
visible.
Visible.
Yeah.
So you just are like, oh, he won that game, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a bad day and Junebug got lucky, but that's not it usually.
One of the easiest ways to really understand how good he is to just fight him with Marth and just see what happens. Like, pick Marth on the character select screen, guys, next time you sit down with him. Fight him and just see how many times you win neutral. It won't be that many.
I think that's true. I think players who are committed to a neutral that is maybe slower paced, defensive, very measured in general get underrated.
He's not even defensive though, I wouldn't say. No. Because he runs at me, and what I'm afraid of is that I can't down tilt him, because he chooses to run in from a distance where it's hard to get the tipper down tilt. If you don't get the tipper down tilt, he grabs you. Yeah.
That's sick.
He just like abuses really small, like useful things. And the fact that he's such a smart player just lets him get away with it.
That's sick.
Yeah, he's really good.
Because I was going to say the player almost that he reminds me of to a lesser degree is how Mike Hayes was like results-wise easily right on the border of top 20 for a really long time. Like he was actually doing amazing.
Yeah.
And people still didn't like he did get ranked there. I think he got ranked 24th or something. But people still didn't perceive him that way.
Yeah.
Because Mike, when he wins, a lot of the time does not look like he's doing anything too special, like unless you like see him on FD where his punish game is crazy. Yeah. But even then it's just the Fox chain grab.
It's not like you're watching like Plop dance all over someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So people who play that way tend to get a little underrated, I think.
In terms of perception.
Yeah, and this is not groundbreaking stuff that I'm saying.
Yeah, of course. But we know this.
Honestly, SFAT too, same thing.
That's what I was thinking, actually.
He got underrated too, and still gets underrated.
Yeah, people always criticize him for like only doing bread and butter Fox combos, but you know what? He plays neutral and then he punishes you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how fighting games work.
Everyone. Zach has such an interesting play style in general. I've argued with this a lot about people, I've argued about this a lot with people. Because Zach is a choker, and he's cleared that up a bit, but for a long, long time he was a mega choker. And he is a messy player a lot of the time, even in his wins. He looks messy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, do you remember SFAT versus Ice from Genesis 3?
Vaguely.
It was the ugliest Fox Ditto of all time. There's a sequence where Zach just jumps off stage, Ice goes down to Armada shine him, and No. Ice gets knocked off stage. Zach jumps down to Armada Shine him, misses the Armada Shine, and gets burned. Ice goes up and, with the up B, tries to Armada Shine Zach, gets burned, and then he dies.
Wow.
And Zach just got the stock, and honestly was the reason he won that game. And so a lot of Zach's games will look like that, but I also think he is one of the players who has internalized that about himself and come up with ways to combat it more than anyone.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that his men's look... Wow, I'm spoonerizing everything today. His men's look wissy. His wins look messy.
Yeah.
Because he does better in messy situations than other people.
Yeah.
That's obviously not the way you want to win, but that's literally what SFAT taunting is. He knows he's has just like all these layers of fake Zen bullshit that he employs to get out of these stressful situations. Right. And it all sounds so cheesy, but it works.
It works, yeah. I mean, he's consistently in the top 12 range. So and he's like that way for a reason. He once I was asking him for advice, and he prefaced it by saying, as someone whose job it is to be a top 10 player, and I was kind of like, that's true.
That's a good point.
That is your job. It's to be a top 10 player.
He is the most... the funny thing about Zach is that skill-wise, I don't even think he is not a top 10 level player anymore. I think against most of the field, he's close to the level of everyone except for Wizzy and Zane, who's in that same range.
Yeah.
But the fact that Zane is there now is just the worst.
It looks so bad for him.
It makes it so bad for him.
Not just perception-wise, but actually for results, because he keeps running into Zane.
No, exactly. No, I know.
They actually keep getting seeded 8 and 9, and Zane keeps beating SFAT.
And it's really sad for Zach, because it's not just bad for results. The fact of the matter is, Zach wants to make top 8 because that's where he's actually more likely to make the upsets that will boost his ranking.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to play Wizzy anymore because he just loses to Zane. He doesn't get to...
Dude, that's why I think like tiered seeding is something we should explore.
Well, I think it's going to stop being an issue soon, because it was just while Zane's star was on the rise, and they're going to stop facing each other. It's just going to move over by 1 and it'll stop happening.
Yeah.
But... either way, I don't know.
Yeah. lloD though, man.
lloD though, dude.
Like I was listening to Kalindi's stream the other day, and he was talking about like what could happen at this tournament, and he was like, lloD could win this tournament. He gave lloD a higher favorite over Hugo. He said if Face Roll fought lloD, then Face Roll would have a better shot than Hugo. Face Roll lost anyways. I was looking at SFAT La Luna, which went to Game 5, and I was kind of like hoping that lloD might get to fight La Luna because he'd have a better shot against La Luna. Like,
he'd destroy La Luna.
Last time they played.
No, he just would.
Yeah.
Moon can't play that matchup for his life.
He did just lose to Stockholm Syndrome. Did we even talk about that last week?
No, because it's not notable when he loses to Peach.
Peach, yeah.
He's so bad at that matchup.
I need to have a chat with him about that matchup. That's a different story.
Yeah.
In any case, like I was kind of hoping that, but I was also thinking it'd be more fitting for him to beat SFAT to get to winners finals.
Yeah.
And then he did. And then on the other side, we were looking at a projected S2J versus Westballs, and Westballs very easily, not easily, but very possibly was going to beat S2J. He's historically done so. And that'd be a better matchup for lloD than Falcon, especially one of the best Falcons. But then lloD beat him anyways. He beat S2J anyways, because Westballs wasn't there to knock S2J out of winners.
Yep, he beat him in 2 sets at this tournament.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy that lloD won the tournament in the hardest way possible.
Well,
right?
Yeah, it comes down to whether you think Griffin or Hugo would have been a harder matchup for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was pretty much the hardest bracket he could have had. Yeah, I mean, because Squid, I don't know who... Squid was probably projected to make that. So yeah, I think this is...
Well, lloD 3-0'd Squid.
No, I'm just saying, like, if could there have been someone harder there, but I don't think there could have.
I think Squid lost to Rocky.
Actually,
Squid beat Rocky.
Speaking of La Luna, I should...
Rocky got DQ'd, never mind.
Oh, Rocky would have been harder than Squid. Okay. Way, way harder. Rocky's so good at floating matchups.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Rocky couldn't make it. He had stuff that kept him from coming down.
See.
So, but that would have actually been really interesting because this was a really floaty heavy tournament.
Yeah.
Other than SFAT, S2J.
Yeah, but I mean, let's just look at the field. Like, it's Sheiks. It's a bunch of Ices. It would possibly Bladewise. Bladewise got 3-0'd by lloD at Smash and Splash.
I should say I was just ragging on Luna for being horrible at the Peach matchup.
Oh, he did 3-0 Bladewise.
He did 3-0 Bladewise.
I missed that too.
Which is
let's go Luna.
Very notable
Good
because
job,
Bladewise has a ton of experience. I mean, Bladewise has experience in every matchup, but him and Iceman have played it a million times in the past year.
I wonder if that was streamed. I'll have to go watch that and see what he did differently from last week, I guess.
Yes, maybe he would have had a chance against lloD. Who knows?
Yeah, but if I was going to pick between SPAT and Luna to give lloD a tournament over, not like narrative aside, I'm going to give the favor to lloD versus Luna because it's Marth, and lloD's, in my opinion, the best Peach versus Marth besides Armada. So yeah, I mean, it was a storied victory. Apparently, he had a really good interview afterwards. I couldn't catch it.
Me neither.
But I'm planning on rewatching it. From what I heard, he actually went through like every set that he played and like talked about specific adaptations that he made. There was a lot of positive response after his win, which I was really impressed with, considering it was a Peach victory and people don't typically like floaties. Like, the chat was really supportive. We had some great copy pastas. lloD is
our lad.
He is my dad. Yeah. And spam this mother for Rishi's brother.
I didn't see that. That's really funny. I was watching on my phone, so I didn't see a lot of chat.
Yeah.
There's something I was just going to say. I forget. What was it? Oh, do you get the sense that aside from Crush and Leffen, Foxes in general have a hard time with the Peach matchup? I feel like it's a matchup where when I see Foxes play it, it seems like they are less, like top level Foxes, it seems like they're less well adjusted to it, or have less...
Yeah.
They have fewer avenues of attack than they do against other characters.
Yeah. I actually do think SFAT's pretty good at it. I think he messed up a few more things this time in his set versus lloD than he did last week, and I think lloD was also playing better, which is not a good recipe for Fox. If you mess up anything, you just get wrecked. I'm trying to think of what other Foxes there are that might be good at that matchup.
Kalindi's good at it.
Kalindi is good at it. He's good for his floaties.
Yeah.
Kalindi's a very methodical player. See, a lot of Foxes kind of just play on instinct, or at least that's how they've developed the core of their gameplay, including my own Fox. And against cleaner and cleaner Peaches, that stops working. Because if Peach is floating in center, sometimes you actually just have to wait and you have to calculate the mix-ups that you're going to play.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean,
it's just something I've noticed where the feeling I get when a Fox goes up against a Peach is like the Peach is going to win, unless it's like.
But it's really just lloD.
What are he's the only one left anymore. I guess that's a big part of it.
Who else is making those upsets? You know, I mean, Triff definitely. I think he definitely would if he were entering more tournaments.
Yeah.
Besides that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just a random thought I had. But...
Also, can we put to bed the debate we discussed recently? lloD, I think, has put himself in his own tier of Peaches.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's pretty fair to say.
I always thought he was. I never thought Triff was as good as lloD.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to prove it.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't proved it.
Triff competed this weekend. I think he got second
at that one European tournament.
Yeah.
There's a Fox who I don't know if I would even call Ice is weird against Peach because he just alternates between being very, very good and
I agree,
very bad.
I think that might just come down to like what he's trying.
He tries too hard, dude. Yeah, that's the thing.
Dude, remember like a year and a half ago, Tapo put out a video back when the Yahoo Esports was a thing about who's most likely to beat Armada that's not a god. And he gave it to Ice because he was saying that Ice has shown some good improvement in that matchup. And Ice is also... He was like, there's two things I'm considering. One, like how likely you are to defeat Armada. And two, how likely you are to make it to Armada.
Who do you think the most likely to defeat Armada that's not a god is? I think it's a really easy answer.
Me. You think you think Zane?
But you are a god. No, I don't think it's Zane.
That's not Club.
No.
Okay, then let me actually think. You think Crush?
No, I think it's Wizrobe. Easily.
Oh.
Easily. I think it's easily Wizrobe. I think
I'd give it to Wizrobe.
I would have debated between Zane and Wizrobe until I saw Zane's showing against Armada.
Okay.
And he clearly knows what he's doing, but has a lot to go in the matchup, and especially against the Armada matchup.
Are you talking about most likely to beat Armada in bracket, like including make it to Armada?
Yeah.
Okay, then Wizzy. Otherwise, it's me.
Okay. Yes. I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool.
I'm fine with that. Cool. But you are a god. Well, not anymore, because you changed your Twitter handle.
It's still my title, the god of Smash. Possibly the master of Smash.
Oh, yeah, you're in Smash Masters.
I'm in Smash Masters. Dude. Yeah, thanks.
I saw Boom was practicing Melee the other day.
Really?
Yeah, he tweeted out a picture of like playing on the Forbidden game.
Now you guys know why I downloaded Brawl a few weeks ago.
Who else is in it?
You can pull it up real quick.
Wizrobe, presumably. Wizrobe's defending champion, right?
Wizrobe is not doing it.
Oh, he's not?
Yes.
Did they want to make it like more competitive?
So I have a feeling, based on what I heard, that Wizzy may have been asked and declined.
Oh, they're trying to make it more competitive.
Well, I also think that Wizzy was upset last year that it ran late. And I think that might be one of the reasons he ended up dropping out of Melee singles, because he was worried it was going to affect his 64 singles.
Dude, Larry's competing. That's the hypest shit of all time.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see Larry's Falco.
Falco, I mean.
Yeah.
DEHF.
Oh my god.
So
this is a good lineup.
If you guys haven't heard, the lineup for Smash Masters is Mewtwo King, me, Chudat, Plup, Nairo, Super Boom Fan, Armada, and Larry.
Okay, I want to do a off the dome power ranking of these players.
Okay, so you want to seed it?
Yeah, I want to seed it. that's what we call that. Okay, 1 is Mewtwo King.
Yeah, 1 is Mewtwo King. And if we're gonna consider this seeding, we have to consider it in terms of wins and big wins.
You have to consider it in terms of the actual way that Smash Masters scores points.
Yeah, so big wins for Melee and 64 is a 3-stock. Big wins for Smash 4 and Brawl is a 2-stock.
Yeah. And
anything else is a regular win. And you play best of 3s in every game.
But the big wins matter a lot. So it means that someone like Chudat potentially has, even though you wouldn't, Chudat's not going to beat Larry in Smash 4 or Brawl, his point differential will be so much better.
He might keep it close enough where he will destroy him in Melee and 64.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think
it's actually really hard.
I think the weakest competitors are Boom, Armada, and Nairo.
You think so?
Or Boom and Armada, actually.
You wouldn't put me in that category?
No.
Okay. Thanks.
No. I
tell the seeders that,
because
don't make me play music.
Listen, I think the first way you gauge this is by, I think the first way you gauge this is by how many games someone is even proficient in. So Mewtwo King has 3.
Yes.
You have pretty much 3. Even if because you played Smash 4 still pretty seriously, and you've played Brawl.
I played all of them seriously.
Yeah, so you have 3. Shu has 3.
Yeah.
Nairo has 2.
That's true.
Plup has 1, but he's the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Larry has 3.
Yeah.
And Armada and Boom have 1 each.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Armada and Boom are absolutely the weakest.
I've been told that Boom is solid in Melee and Brawl, but my response to that was all these players are solid in every Smash game.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much that matters.
I think
Armada's not going to be seeded in the bottom 2. They're just not going to do that.
He should be second to last or third to last.
All right, talk to whoever is seeding.
He's straight up Plup, Boom, and Armada should be the 3 weakest players.
Talk to whoever is seeding and let them know. I just don't want to play Mewtwo King.
It should be Plup, Boom, Armada in the bottom 3, and then Nairo should be 4th to last.
I'm letting you guys know, if I don't play Mewtwo King round 1, I can win this whole thing. I can win. I'm positive.
My seeding for this is, people were actually talking about this on Twitter recently too.
I saw, yeah.
In terms of which game is it easier to just not get hit in, Brawl or Melee. and everyone said Brawl who knew what they were talking about, and I sort of agree with that. So I would give the edge. I think Mewtwo King's first seed, obviously.
Of course.
Larry is second seed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Larry's...
I would buy it.
Larry's the best, is the second best Smash 4 player on this list. To the degree where he could even get a big win against Mewtwo King. I would not be surprised to see that happen.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
And I think he will get a big win on everyone but Nairo, guaranteed.
In
both Smash 4
and Brawl.
In Smash 4, not Brawl. In Brawl, he won't get a big win on Mewtwo King.
Oh, yeah.
But in Smash 4 and Brawl, he will beat all the Melee players and the 64 player in big wins.
Here's the thing. Last time I played Larry Lure in Smash 4, I 2-stocked his Fox.
How long ago was that?
2016, October.
Oh, whatever.
I'm better at Smash 4 right now than I was then.
So is he.
Yeah. But so the point in bringing that up is that he counterpicked me.
What? From what?
He switched off Fox.
Oh, and what did he go?
DK and Meta Knight.
That was right when he started playing DK.
So funny. So it would be interesting because I don't know if he would start Fox or not against me. So it would.
I think he absolutely would. I think he's had 2 years as the consistent number 7 player in the world. Okay. All right. And he's probably.
I'm not going to talk about my strategy then. Don't tell him I'm starting Bowser on him. Listeners, this is your honor code.
Oh, man.
Don't tell him.
No one. Everyone just tweet the shh emoji at Larry. At Larry, just tweet that and tag Rishi too. That's it.
He won't know.
Or just tweet. Don't even tag Rishi. Just tweet pictures of Bowser at Larry.
Yeah. Don't tell
him. But yeah, I think Larry's second seed.
Okay.
And then I would give it to... Now, this is where it gets harder.
Yeah.
Because I'm not actually sure. I said Nairo should be fourth to last, but that's not true because even though you and Chu both have proficiency in 3 games, Nairo is significantly better than you guys at 2 of those games.
Yes.
So I think...
Brawl and Smash 4.
I think the way I would do it is M2K first, Larry second, Nairo third because those big wins in those games are going to matter a lot.
Yeah, 2 big wins is a lot.
Yeah.
But he could... Well, yeah.
And then you are chewed at fourth. What do I want to do? I just unintentionally did a...
That's a big statement, man. A lot of people are counting me out completely out of this race.
That's so dumb. I don't know what's wrong with them, actually.
I don't know.
Do they not know the format of the thing?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter when you get 2-stocked by Plup, dude.
Yeah?
It doesn't mean anything when your Kirby... When Chewdad's Kirby is going to ledge camp him for the entire game and get a big win. It super doesn't matter. No, I think absolutely the Melee players, like the single game players, are just at such a huge disadvantage here.
Yeah. You know what I do find entertaining, though, is that no matter what happens in whoever Boom plays, he will destroy them harder in 64 than anyone else will destroy them in their own games.
That's true. That's a good point. So he is a guaranteed big win.
Yeah. No other person on this list, like, you can make, like, whatever mistakes you make, no other person is as guaranteed a big win to the degree that Super Boom Fan is guaranteed big wins in 64.
Do you remember Nairo versus Esam from Smash Masters last year?
What happened?
Nairo literally lost because of tripping in Brawl because he lost a big win in Brawl because of it, I think.
That's so funny.
And that Esam almost made a huge comeback, but he lost a big win in Brawl because of it.
Yeah, because he tripped. Oh,
like twice. And then Esam beat him.
What a good game.
Yeah, and then Esam, I think Esam, it was Esam Wizzy Finals, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure.
I actually don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Esam Wizzy Finals, and Esam was just like switching off characters. In 64, because he was like, I have no chance in this fucking
Yeah, seriously.
game.
Especially Yoshi. Like, Yoshi is brutal. I'll tell you guys, I played Super Boom Fan in 64 in bracket at SmashCon last year. And he beat me pretty badly game 1. I think it was like Pikachu or Jigglypuff or someone, doesn't matter, versus my Fox, right?
Yeah.
So game 2, he switches to Yoshi and I switch to DK. And I didn't know enough about... I've played the game for a long time, but I didn't know enough about this particular matchup to know how bad it is for DK, and I didn't hit him.
Nice.
I couldn't play neutral. None of my moves were going to hit him, and I just got 0 death at every stock.
Good shit.
So he's pretty good at 64, guys.
All right, this is my final seeding / prediction.
Okay.
Mewtwo King, Larry, Nairo, Chew, you, Plup. The last two's hard.
Because they only play one game.
Yeah. I would give it to Boom over Armada. Because there are...
Of his moderate experience in Melee and Brawl. I think he was PR'd in Brawl.
Yeah.
And he's supposedly Falcon Master.
Oh, is he?
That's the rumor.
Oh, well then he's like 4th seed then. If he's Falcon Master, he's 1st seed. No, is he really? That's so funny.
That's what I heard. I just found this out like reading Reddit comments.
I heard it was some like some ranked 7th on the Ontario PR player.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was someone in Canada.
Yeah. Well, Boom is in Canada, but
maybe it's him.
Whoa.
Maybe he's ranked 7 on the Ontario PR.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Boom over Armada because the reasoning is guaranteed big wins against everyone for Boom.
Yeah.
Literally no one in this lineup plays
Literally no one.
64 that I know of. Like, maybe Plup does. I wouldn't be surprised.
I play 64.
Yeah, but you're still going to get fucking destroyed.
I don't know, man. Last time I almost took 2 stocks on game 1.
Anyways. And then Armada does not have anything near that. He legit only has guaranteed... I think the only player he has a guaranteed big win on is Nairo.
Really?
Yeah. If Boom is actually Falcon Master.
There's no way Armada is not 3-stocking Boom in Melee.
I don't know, man.
There's also no way he's not 3-stocking Larry in Melee. I know Larry.
No, I believe in Larry.
Okay,
I believe in Larry.
Well, let's put some money down on this. How many stocks will Larry take?
No, Larry will probably take 1 stock. You're right. You're right. But then there's still 4 people who Armada has to work hard to get a big win on.
Yeah.
Mewtwo King.
I guess half of this, 5 out of how many? I can't do that. 8 players are Melee primarily Melee players.
It super doesn't matter, this prediction, because the nature of the bracket means that it's like doesn't work out this way at all.
Yeah, dude, just give
the
me...
matchups mean so much.
If any of you listeners are seeding this, just don't put me last. I don't want to fight Mewtwo King first.
Okay, straight up, I would favor you against Plup, against Armada.
Dude, I'm confident I can beat everyone on this list except Mewtwo King.
Everyone on this list?
Yeah, I think I can do it. Some are obviously harder than others. Larry and Chew will be hard.
You don't think Nairo will be hard?
Nairo will also be hard. No, they're all going to be... Okay, these guys are all world-class players. I can say whatever I want.
Listen, I think I would absolutely put money on you to beat Plup, Boom, or Armada. Actually, maybe not Boom. Plup or Armada. I would put money on Rishi to beat Plup or Armada.
Here's the thing. A lot of it comes down to, like, what happens in 64.
It's actually...
Because even though, like, there have been periods of time where I put serious work into 64, but if you just come back to 64, it's like, whoever gets the back throw,
right, but
it's gonna win.
But listen, you play Plup or Armada, right?
Sure.
Okay, there's no way you don't win Brawl and Smash 4.
Okay,
right?
Assuming I pick my high tier characters, yeah.
Who are your high tier characters in that game?
Like if I like really tried instead of going for the characters I like the most. You know what I mean?
Is Kirby a character you like or a high tier character?
I like Kirby.
Who do you play when you actually... Rosalina?
So it's changed a lot. I've always played Kirby, but Kirby is always a risky pick because there are some matchups that are really bad.
Okay.
But I've played Corrin, Rosa, Sheik, Robin, other characters.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I'm saying if you play Corrin and Rosa against Plup Armada, even if you play Kirby, there's literally no way you don't win, and you're probably going to get a big win.
Maybe. I need to get my Wii U back in my apartment before I make any big claims.
I think you will. And then you will probably lose Although maybe this is where
This is where I fight Armada.
You fight Armada, right?
Finally.
You beat Armada, and then it's down to 64. So, okay, they win 64 in Melee. I don't think... I mean, they...
So you're saying even if they beat me in 64...
It's even.
Okay.
And they might big win you, but they might not, and you'll probably big win them in one of the other games.
I think against the people who don't play 64...
Yeah.
There are 3 outcomes. Either they win, I win, or I big win them.
You don't think...
I don't think I will get big winned.
No, I agree.
Against one of the...
Exactly.
Against one of the non-64
Exactly,
players.
which is why you are favored against Plup and Armada. Because I also think the outcomes for Smash 4 and Brawl are...
My favorite.
Either you win or you big win. I don't think you're going to lose.
I see.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So you're going to lose Melee, which is fine.
We'll see.
We'll see. But I think you should practice Melee the least for this.
Okay.
Shout-outs
to the Brawl Discord offering to net play me.
It is statistically not in your favor whatsoever to practice Melee. You should literally...
No, I need to practice Melee so I guarantee big wins on the other guys. That are not Me Too King, Plup, and Armada.
Right. Okay, do you think you need to practice Melee to big win Nairo?
Who does he play?
I think he plays Marth. Actually,
if it's
maybe it's Fox. He was in a Fox costume that one time.
If it's Marth or Fox, then no.
Yeah. You think you're gonna practice to need to big win Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Larry's
so.
good.
Good.
I'm not sleeping on.
That was a trick question. I was trying to get you to shit on Larry.
I'm not sleeping on anyone, man. These guys are all pretty good. I'm honestly I'm very honored to be on this list at all.
Yeah.
Because these guys are all like heavily accomplished, and I'm just like pretty good at every game.
So I did not realize we'd been going for 50 minutes. Do you just want to skip our break for this time? Because I don't have anything to shout out, really.
That's cool. Guys, patronize us.
Yeah, Patreon. Okay, here's my shout out. Shout outs to Alex Wallace, to Jason Waterfalls, and to Courtney. I don't know her tag, but I saw her on stream, for putting on a really sick tournament and even bigger Balk. And shout outs to Oates for commentating for like 15 hours.
That's crazy.
Top 8s for both games, and he was commentating like earlier too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Marco. I mean, I love Marco. So shout outs to him.
Shout outs to the PM community.
Yeah, dude.
Did it.
Slime was talking about this on commentary about how like it was while he was commentating Melee, and he saw PM getting super hype, and it was like, man, that has like an old school Melee feel where everyone was just getting hype, rushing the stage for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's definitely has to do with the fact that Slime doesn't follow PM.
Right.
Like, but it definitely... watching Bigger Balk was so fun. Even Bigger Balk, sorry.
Yeah.
Ebb. Even just for, like... The Melee had that sort of feel a little bit, too.
Yeah.
Because they were just so grassroots, like, fuck it, we don't need sponsors, it's just going to be a fun tournament. You can swear on stream.
Yeah.
It's illegally streaming PM,
they put PM on Twitch,
brawl, putting copyrighted music
with 3K plus viewers.
3K plus viewers with copyrighted music on it.
Yeah, and it's like if there was any doubt that it was modified, you just needed to look at the character select screen to see sunglasses on every character.
It was sick, dude. I loved that.
Yeah,
that was awesome. So fucking great.
And they did a thing where they like highlighted the characters in top 8. Or something.
Oh, did they? That's so cool.
I saw the screenshot. I don't know if it was edited or not.
I wonder if Alex or someone... I wonder if they reached out to Blur and were like, hey, make a distraction in the Twitch office.
They did have a YouTube gaming backup stream.
Oh, okay.
I think the way the Twitch guys kind of see it is it's like, if they're not seeing it, then, you know, let people live.
Right, it's like it's like the RA in college who's like, if you're smoking weed, as long as I can't smell it, it's fine.
Then I don't know that you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right. If like someone is to walk up and like put a laptop in front of D1's face and say, look, they are streaming Project M on twitch.tv/AZP.
D1's the least likely person to care about it.
He'll be like, what?
D1 loves PM.
What am I seeing?
Although apparently D1 wants everyone to switch back to 3.02.
He doesn't look like anything to me. Dude, I want everyone to switch back to 3.02. I know it would be a degenerate game now, but those are the glory days, man.
What do you think about having Blur as your RA? Since
Blur went to my college.
That's true.
Yeah. He's older than me, so I was in like high school.
Yeah, but like just hypothetically, you think Blur would be a good?
I actually think he'd be like a really funny RA to have.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think I'd like to have him as my RA.
I think
not as an adult.
He would be the sort of RA all the kids would make fun of, but also chill with.
Yeah. He'd play Melee with you.
Yeah, everyone would beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really just asking what's it like to work with Blur at Twitch? It's just the same question.
Probably. Yeah.
I will literally, when we have our guest next week, I'll just ask him this. And
right, yeah. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Sneak peek.
But
yeah, seriously, shout outs to everyone who has done anything in PM.
No, it's crazy.
Because it all led up to the biggest PM tournament of all time in 2018.
Which was sick.
Anyone who's been in the Smash community if you've been in the Smash community for 5 or 6 years, the first time you heard of me is probably through PM, because it was through Xanadu. When Xanadu was first becoming a big local, it was thanks to PM. That was when Gimmer had the hashtag Free Gimmer campaign, where every week we needed to get a certain number of subs, and eventually he would quit his daytime job to do streaming full time, and he reached that goal thanks to PM.
Oh my god, those were such crazy days.
They were so fun, dude.
They were, but obviously that eventually led to Gimmer killed PM. But that was also that was also when people figured out what Gimmer's tag meant, and there was all the controversy about that.
Yeah.
That was like a big thing.
Well, he changed it now.
Yeah, I know.
Greed is my reason. Now that I'm a free agent, I'm not signed with VGBC anymore. I can talk about PM. That's why this is the first podcast.
You're out of the
I loved making those jokes.
Mention clause.
Yeah. I can change my tag back to Smash God.
Have I ever told you? I talk about this all the time because I know Nick M. Whittier doesn't give a shit about this. So at some tournament where back when Nick M. Whittier was trying to still be like a doubles commentator, he was commentating doubles, and this was before even when Leffen like really called him out. I think after Emerald City, or Don't Park on the Grass. But it was when Nick was still doing doubles commentary, and Twitch chat loves to hate on NMW,
of course.
And someone I have this bookmarked on my computer. Someone made a comment in a Reddit thread that was all their favorite. They were like, don't get me wrong, I like Nick M. Whittier, but some of the comments roasting him in Twitch chat are so funny. Okay. And the funniest one, there's so many. There's ones about shark teeth, and Nick M. Whittier looks like an alien with a plastic bag pulled over its face. I think that was one.
I've seen that. I remember that.
Yeah, the best one is I can see Gimmer counting his PM money in the reflection of Nick M. Whittier's shiny forehead.
Oh my god. That's so terrible.
The funniest one of all time.
Holy.
Oh, it was so great. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, I think I said this earlier this weekend. Now that PM is like quote unquote dead, obviously it's not since the biggest tournament.
Yeah.
But now that PM is not a thing, I like it so much more. I was in the PM Sucks Facebook group.
Yeah.
that like NorCal Melee started and everything.
Yeah.
And I just get so mad because at college, like the Asian fraternity played mostly PM, and I ran tournaments for them, and I would just get so annoyed because of how shitty they're.
My college acapella group did the same thing.
Yeah,
they just played PM, and they wouldn't let me play because they said it wasn't fun.
What happened? We had that. My junior year, we ran a tournament in the Asian frat Lambda with no AC, and it was like in August.
Damn.
There were 40 people crowded into this house. We had like maybe 5 CRTs for everyone. That was actually the best TOing I've ever done in my life. I entered every event, and I won doubles. I think I got second in Melee because I lost to Jamie Whiskers.
Yeah.
Second or third. And then I got third in PM because the Lambda guys actually played PM.
Dude, it's actually amazing how far-reaching PM was for the casual player. Just like all across colleges, people would just end up playing PM that had nothing to do with competitive.
No, it's absolutely. Gaming. But I remember the gaming club we had at I think it's a really universal thing where people actually, alongside the documentary, I think PM was a lot of like .kid age people's introduction to Melee.
Yeah.
A lot of people at my school in high school started coming to the game club we had, where we pretty much just played Melee because they wanted to play PM. And then they would play Melee and they would suck at it. But like, it was still cool to have them there because that's how they got into it. And kids in college too, same thing.
Yeah. So we talked about PM, which is a custom-made platform fighter. We mentioned Rivals of Aether, another original,
very good,
amazing platform fighter.
Yes.
If you guys haven't noticed recently, I've been streaming more, actually, on twitch.tv/Rishi. Follow me on Twitch. Sub. Welcome to the God Squad. And it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I've been trying to make it like a fun outlet for me rather than something where I'm stressing about subs and followers. Follow me on twitch.tv/Rishi. And over the weekend, some of my viewers were telling me to play this game that I'd heard of in the periphery called Slap City,
which just had its biggest tournament ever
at even bigger belt. Yeah. And that night, I ended up turning on my stream. I plugged in the Slap City cartridge into my Steam machine in my computer, and I played for 3.5 hours.
That's sick.
That game is a good game.
So I played my first ever games of Slap City with Rishi right before this.
Yep.
And
moments before we turned the recording button on.
I do realize it's actually going to be very hard for me to play that game because for anyone who wave dashes and shields with different buttons, it's actually hard. But that is because of super cool mechanics in the game. So I'm not.
You can set that button to D-pad.
Oh, I'll just do that then.
Yeah.
But I really like that. I actually will say, with my brief outing into it, I like it more than Rivals of Aether.
Really?
Yeah. I'm still not a huge... I get that the aesthetic is meant to be goofy on purpose, and I like that, but I'm a sucker for pixel art because I've done pixel art my entire life, so I love the... I think the aesthetic of Rivals
I love pixel art too,
is way, way better, but mechanically that game is so smart. And it's so fun.
Okay, so here are my first impressions from playing the game over the weekend briefly. And I played it with my friend who stayed with me yesterday. He was a casual. He loved it too. And you and I played for like 15 minutes or so.
Not long.
It feels close to the good stuff in Melee. You can dash dance around. You can move. Actually, it is a little bit like Smash Ultimate. I'm not going to lie. Because you can dash dance from any distance.
That's true.
And you can run into any attack.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it actually feels more like Smash Ultimate than the other games.
Yeah.
But it has wave dashing, which obviously feels really, really nice. In terms of gameplay and in just enjoyment and just like the whole experience, my first impressions of it are significantly better than my impressions with Icons, which is another mainstream platform fighter. So when I'm thinking about these games, I'm thinking about Icons, Rivals, Slap City, and how they all relate to Melee, basically, because they're all inspired by Melee.
Yep.
And it's no lie, it's no secret that Rivals is one of my favorite games. I think it's awesome. And I'm putting Slap City in the same tier. But I think a lot of what Slap City is actually better for people who prefer some of the more Melee-oriented mechanics that were removed in Rivals.
Yes, so I think... So Melee has a bunch of mechanics that people... that may not actually be healthy game design mechanics, but that we've become very accustomed to.
And that are fixed in Slap City.
Yeah, exactly. And they're also fixed in Rivals. But Rivals has taken a more avant-garde approach to it.
Yeah.
So some of the things about this are... So grab is sort of broken in Melee.
Yes.
Like, actually, it just is a broken option.
Yeah.
And the way that Rivals deals with that is, first of all, it doesn't have grabs.
No grabs.
And then secondly, because that would make shielding broken, it just has the parry system.
Yeah, no shields.
And then the other big thing that is really broken in Melee is the ledge.
The ledge.
And Rivals deals like that, again, by getting rid of the ledge.
No ledge, so every character gets a wall jump.
Yeah, which is cool. So it has a... And it feels very cohesive, the way that Dan solved all those problems. All of those feel like a faster flowing sort of game without giving strong defensive options, but more about timed defensive options. And you can see that in the way that it deals with air dodges too, which you can do like you could in Melee, but but they do not put you into free fall after.
Yeah, so you can use it as like a way to make your opponent whiff midair and then immediately counterattack. Yeah. To this day, Rivals is one of the most adrenaline-inducing games for me because the way the combo system works is so satisfying.
And you can't. It's really hard to get out of jail in Rivals for multiple, when you are being pressured, because you can't shield.
Yeah.
And you can land a parry, sure, but if you don't, you get punished for it.
Yeah.
You can't go to ledge. And aside from that, almost every character in the game has a projectile.
Yeah, or some sort of stage control.
Yeah, so it's a very hectic.
There's also whiff lag, so moves that don't connect have more end lag.
Yeah.
Which is a nice mechanic to stop people from spamming moves.
Yeah.
So it encourages you to actually land your hits. Yeah. So a lot of good stuff in Rivals.
Really smart.
If you haven't played it, I suggest you play it. I have something like 300 hours in that game. Mm-hmm. And there are others with thousands because it's an amazing game.
Then, before we talk about Slap City, let's talk about how Icon solves those problems.
Okay, yeah. So Icons is a little closer in line with Melee on most counts. Mm-hmm. There is a shield. Mm-hmm. There's grabs. Mm-hmm. Grabs are similarly good. They're a little nerfed from Melee. Mm-hmm. There's a new shield mechanic, which is the Shield Burst. Shield Gust, sorry. Which you press B while you're shielding, and it depletes your whole shield, but it deflects projectiles or whatever.
It's like a push block. Almost.
Yeah, it's a push block.
Yeah.
That's not really. That's just like a cool new mechanic. It's not really solving a problem.
No. It doesn't make grabs worse because it actually is better against the way that they've always designed it. Said that their design intent with it is to beat oppressive shield pressure. Right. So to have a character,
it's like a last ditch.
It's so that you can have a character like Kid in the game who has room for that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
but there's a way to counterplay against it.
That's a mix-up. You can bait it out, and then they have no shield, etc. Remind me how the ledge works in that game?
So I think the ledge works in that game that you don't get invincibility after regrabbing.
Is it binary or is it diminishing?
I don't know, actually.
I don't remember off the top of my head. It's one of those.
How is it in PM?
PM, I think it's after 5 ledge grabs.
I'm assuming it's close to that because the lead designer is
the same.
Is strong bad.
Yeah. So it's something like that. You still get invincibility on your first regrab.
I think so. I could be totally wrong.
You do get it on your first regrab for sure.
Yeah.
And you have ledge dashes and those types of mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the closest to Melee. There's no L canceling.
Yeah, and overall,
because L canceling is an unnecessary mechanic.
Icon's problems do not come from its
gameplay
failures to solve what Melee did. I think in terms of design, Icon's a very well thought out, well designed game.
Like the engine.
Yeah, the engine's well designed. It just has problems with the timing on attacks and the polish and the animations.
My biggest criticism that has pretty much stayed constant throughout my time with Icons is I just don't get a strong feeling of personality from the game. Mm-hmm. And that's something I really value. And that's one of the reasons that people love Smash, is because you have these characters that you know and love. And like there's a lot there, right? Mm-hmm. It's a rich history. But with Icons, like that was one of the first things people said, is that Icons Combat Arena is almost as generic of a name as you can make.
I hate the name still.
And a lot of the characters feel quite generic as well. Like Kid is like kind of cool, but I'm not really inspired by his visual design.
No, I think Kid's not inspired. I think Offie Galu, it's a cool concept, but it's like immediately the first place your mind goes is like fire water thing.
Yeah, we talked about this I think before on the podcast, where the one character that comes closest, I think, is the same for both of us, which is Raymer.
Yeah, and now I actually think the new character.
Is there a new character?
Yeah, Zhurong's rival, Wei Xiao.
Wei Shan, right?
Wei Shan. He's got a lot of character.
I agree with that.
I think that him and Raymer are the two most interesting characters in the game.
Yeah,
and it's no surprise that they are the least clone-like characters.
Yes,
that is a huge part of it, and it's also like, okay, Zhurong, she's regal, but that's what Marth is, right? Yeah. Offie and Galu are weird and playful. They're like, I don't know. I don't get it. Xana just needs a bit more polish and stuff, and I think her personality could come out, because she also has a bit more of a thing.
Ashani I've kind of heard her described as like if you combined all the Overwatch characters.
Yeah, but she's just determined, right? That's like her personality, which isn't a personality trait. Yeah. And then Kid's a goat. I don't know.
He's supposed to like incite all the history we have with Spaceys.
Yeah, and Mango, it's supposed to be like Mango, but it doesn't feel like that at all. It
doesn't feel like it. Yeah.
No, Raymer, the play style and the personality meld perfectly.
Because it's original. He's got like the cool coif going on with his hair. Yeah. Wei Shan is the first spear glaive character we see.
And he's all about being this brutal, raw strength guy. Yeah. And in personality too, and his moves look like that, like his command grab spear move thing. That's sick. I love that.
Yeah. So again, hopefully people who are working on icons are hearing this, and we've talked about it with some people in the past before. Yeah. But that's basically been our criticism, kind of. The whole time. That hasn't changed. And we've talked about it before.
I think the animations are absolutely the biggest thing that need to change with icons, and I think they're the way to give the characters more personality. Yeah. I think that is still its weakest point, and I really do think that if the animations were better, that game would just be like it would actually feel really good to play.
Yeah, I agree.
When I've been drunk,
it's hard to detect the hitboxes on the moves.
Yeah, when I've been drunk and playing icons, I don't think that gameplay-wise it feels that horrible.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I mean, that's been one of their main focuses on the first few years of development.
No custom platform fighter actually does that much for me. I just really enjoy playing them as like a side thing.
I see.
But it's never... It felt about as fun as Icons... I mean, as Rivals is fun felt for me once I played Raymer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
The new Raymer. The original Raymer sucked.
Yeah, I only played the new Raymer, and I really liked him.
The changing his down B to the command roll, that put the whole character together. It changed everything.
Okay, so all that being said... I can think of no better way to describe this than Slap City literally slaps you in the face with its personality.
Yeah, that's true.
It quite literally does that.
Yeah.
Figuratively.
As soon as you open it up, you hear this guitar riff that I forget what song I thought it was going to be, but it was like, it was super sick. And then the theme song kicks in. And
it's an original, stupid sounding song.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Inches its way into your brain.
Slap City.
And it sounds like the Portal song, kind of.
Still Alive?
Still Alive, yeah. It sounds kind of like that. And she's like, welcome to Slap City. And it just keeps going on.
It reminds me more of the Splatoon theme song.
Oh, I could see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really annoying. I try not to spend time in the menus, but it's annoying in like we can all rally around how annoying this is kind of way.
Totally.
And then you look at the characters, and
they're so fucking great.
They're so like... I mean, you know me well enough to see how this is like my kind of humor. It's like stupid and absurd. Like one of the characters that my friend who stayed with me yesterday really liked is called Mr. Business Casual Man.
Oh my god!
And he's actually just like a hot dog wearing overalls, and
his like main thing is that when he does stuff, he gets money, and he has a super armor move where he just spins on an office chair.
Yeah, and while they hit you, you get money. You get hit. And like his down throw. He literally, like, there's a water cooler between him and his opponent, and he actually just leans on the water cooler until it falls on the opponent, and they go flying.
It's sick. It's super cool.
His up air, he, like, goes belly up, and his tie just does, like, a big spinning thing, and it's a multi-hit.
No, there's this fox girl with axes.
Jenny Fox.
Who's cool, but she's honestly, like, she's just cool. She's a fox girl with axes. There's the fucking gigantic duck.
She was still is my favorite character because she's this girl wearing a fox suit with 2 axes in her hand, and if that's not enough, she has a skateboard.
Yeah, she's sick. Like that's who I was playing
her too. Her down tilt is just her riding a skateboard, and it's so cool. That's her down throw too.
And her up B. Yeah, but the down throw is sick. She grinds your face into the ground.
And it's just like this is cool.
Okay, so on personality, actually has all of the games beat, because as much as I love Rivals and I think it's a super strong hook for a game, and my tag literally stands for Elemental Penguin. I was like a sucker for the basic elemental shit.
If you're into that kind of fantasy,
but it was also like I love Dan, and I think the character designs are great, but elemental animals is not the most original thing.
No,
he's done an amazing job with it.
Yeah.
But it's not the most original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the fact that their personality comes through without any voice acting or any voices in game.
Yeah.
And it's like it takes itself seriously in a way that appeals to like a niche community that Rivals is made for.
Right. Yes.
But Slap City does not take itself seriously at all.
No, and it's so good for it.
The character that Westballs plays, so Westballs has been playing this game a bit too.
Yeah.
Is called Ultra Fish Bungin 3000. And I don't even know how to describe this character. He's just a really beefy fish. He hits you with dumbbells. He has a move that's basically Shine. It's called Flex. It's like a frame 1.
Right, he goes like that, but you can cancel it.
Yeah, you can cancel it. You can do multi-flexes.
Yeah.
So every character has a non-directional air strong move. So like Raster's smashes in Rivals are all air and they're directional.
Right.
And on the ground, he only has tilts.
Yeah.
But every character in Slap City has a single aerial strong move.
Yeah.
So his is he's just holding a dumbbell, and the longer you charge it, the faster he throws it diagonally.
Right. And so this is the thing that just for my 15 minutes made me really like Slap City, is that I think that for Melee players, it's even easier to get into than Rivals because it didn't remove anything.
Yes.
Everything from Melee is in there.
Yeah.
Shielding is in. Shield dropping is in. Yep. Grabs are in, and throws. Ledge invincibility is in. But it has solved every single problem in a really, really elegant way.
I agree.
So, and not only is it just solving them, it's added new mechanics of its own,
which
too.
I love.
Yeah.
So first of all, I've been seeing people play this game, and I saw the Donkey video on it.
Yeah.
And all of this just made me kind of think that it was like a game with really broken characters that's just kind of for fun.
Right.
But until I actually sat down and played it and realized how elegantly they solved all the problems with Melee, guys, it's a good platform fighter for competitive purposes.
Oh, absolutely.
So here's how they solve the problems. Ledge grab, you don't get invincibility unless you were hit first. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Mm-hmm. Because that means you can't retreat to ledge, and you can't refresh your ledge invincibility.
Yeah.
And then ledge dashing, you don't need to because all the ledge get up options are just fast.
Mm-hmm.
But ledge is nerfed anyways because if you retreat to ledge, you die. And if you get
then it becomes a mix-up off ledge, which is so much stronger because you can do the thing and maybe ledge attack is a good option, but if they shield it, they beat your option and you can't go back.
It also solves the problem that Smash 4 has. So Smash 4, it's still easy to get up off ledge, and you have similar mix-ups off ledge,
right?
Which you guys might know referred to as ledge trapping,
right?
But getting to the ledge in the first place was too easy. And now it's not as easy because if you weren't hit off stage first, you don't have invincibility. So they can actually just put a hitbox on the ledge and you die.
Right.
L canceling. L canceling is gone because all the moves have pretty much no lag anyways.
Yep.
But if you hit L when you hit the ground, you carry your aerial momentum, and basically you have a little dash that kind of... So basically you go immediately from your aerial into an initial dash, essentially. Mm-hmm. And that's using the clutch mechanic, which is an original mechanic.
Right, and that's the thing. So the one other thing is shields are pretty much the same. They look different, but...
You have light shields, too. If you clutch while shielding, it's a light shield.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But, they look different, but they're pretty much the same. Grab seems not as good. The characters don't move fast enough or have huge enough range for it to be as broken as it is in Melee.
It's not as broken as Melee.
But then the other thing... So clutch, this is so cool. The clutch does a couple different things, which is... So you can't do like a normal B reverse where you just turn around while doing something. But if you press B and then press L, which is your clutch button, you will do like a true B reverse like it is in Brawl.
Like a momentum shift.
Yeah, where it changes your momentum.
I think the best way to describe clutch is a modifier.
Yeah.
So it modifies certain movements and certain attacks in different ways. So like your air strong, it'll change your direction. B moves, it'll do a B reverse. If you're moonwalking and you hold clutch, you actually just carry your momentum throughout your moonwalk.
So since for a lot of people the problem is you get the initial momentum, but then you don't carry it forward. You just do the moonwalk at the beginning, and as long as you can do the beginning of a moonwalk, which is easy in this game, you just hold L and then you get a moonwalk, and it's sick.
Yeah. And all the designs are original.
They're so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand how Mr. Business Casual Man works yet. Jenny Fox is like, she's kind of a zoner, kind of like a heavy hitter. She's
weird. So it was really fun. So the last game that Rishi and I played, what happened was, so he beat me all the games, of course, but
obviously
the last game we played, I was holding on with like 170%.
Yeah, you were not dying
the entire last stock, and then I got like a 60% combo, and then he hit me with a back air or something. But I had like a full stock and 180% deficit.
Yeah.
But then I played super zoning heavy, and it worked out.
Yeah, she's a cool character. She doesn't have like that many fast moves. Her nair is actually basically Fox nair, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's like her only fast move.
Yeah,
that's not. Her down tilt's fast, but it's really committal because you slide on the skateboard.
Yeah, her down air is also fast, but has basically no range. But her forward air and up air both have hella range. They're both strong, but they have a lot of wind up.
Her back air is pretty fast. Her back air is maybe one of her best.
Her back air is probably her best aerial overall because you can approach with it too. It's like a double hit distance.
Oh, and RAR's in this game too.
Yeah. And then you have like Princess Remedy, who is like a combination of a lot of different characters. She can put like basically a C4 in the air. Her up B is a hover that you can act out of.
So that was the last game we were playing, and she is the zoning character I've always dreamt about in a Smash game.
Yeah,
because I play Absa in Rivals mainly.
Yeah,
I actually.
Oh yeah, it is kind of like that thing.
I play what's her name? Claren. I play more Claren now, but I used to play Absa when I played Rivals.
Yeah.
And Absa's cool, but she's a little not exactly what I wanted.
She's a little slow.
Yeah. Did you ever play Fire Emblem Dissidia?
No.
There's a character in that game, the Emperor from Fire Emblem. Sorry, not Fire Emblem. Final Fantasy Dissidia. Okay. The Emperor from Final Fantasy II, who plays as a true zoning setup mage. And I think it's one of the best. I think it's the best example of a zoner ever done in a fighting game, even in Final Fantasy Dissidia. And she feels like that with her weird grenade thing.
Yeah. You don't think Robin was a well-designed zoner? I like Robin best of all the zoners.
No, because I want a stationary move as it. So the way that Emperor in Fire Emblem, I keep saying Fire Emblem,
Final Fantasy.
In Final Fantasy Dissidia works is, so Dissidia has two things really briefly. There's a bravery, which basically, you can only do damage with HP attacks, which you can't really confirm out of anything usually. They have to be a read, but they all hit different areas and stuff.
Okay.
You can sometimes confirm them, but it's really hard. Like on guard break and stuff, or block parry stuff. But the rest of your moves, your A moves basically. So those would be special moves, like B moves. Yeah. And then your A moves are called bravery attacks, and they build your bravery, and your bravery is whatever number your bravery is at is how much damage you'll do when you hit with your HP attack.
Okay.
And then you go back down to 0 for a little bit. And when you hit, you take an opponent's bravery, and when you get rid of all their bravery, it's really bad for them. It's just a really cool system.
Okay.
So Emperor, the way his thing works is his two basic HP attacks are just these gigantic fucking fireballs. Slow-moving fireballs, but they move like glacially slow.
Yeah, so they're always there.
But you can't block them. You can't block HP attacks.
Yeah.
So they're just home in on you really, really slowly. And because Dissidia is in a gigantic air arena, if you're paying attention, you'll never, ever, ever get hit by him. Yeah. But he just sets up traps and traps.
But they're pressure, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's great. Yeah.
One of the characters in Slap City, Goddess of Explosions, has a slow-moving fire orb that can actually be hit back and back again. You can play ping pong with it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue experimenting with Slap City this week.
I'll probably install it.
Yeah, we should play. I'll definitely be streaming it a lot this week. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels good to have another platform fighter to be excited about. I kind of felt like the anticipation that I was suffering in for Smash Ultimate was kind of diminished when I found another cool game to kind of explore. So I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
Me too.
Sick.
I'll probably play a bit of it, although right now I have Octopath Traveler's coming out soon.
This weekend. That's right. We'll talk about that too.
I'm going to probably play most of that.
Yeah.
But I think that about sums it up for this episode.
Yeah, that's about all we needed to talk about this time around.
Yeah. Guys, you know where to follow us. Analogcast on everything. Patreon.com/analogcast is the most important one.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who has already patronized us.
We have 5 patrons.
Yeah, so shout outs to you guys.
Yes, thank you.
We really appreciate it. And
we should have shouted you out right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll edit that in. I'll edit that in right after this as a shout out to all you guys.
And remember, those of you who are subscribing with that Patreon tier on our Patreon, you will join us in a live analog discussion where we'll talk about lots of fun things at a date that we will set in coordination with the people who are patronized.
Yeah. But we're the ones who are
We're the ones. I just realized that as I said that.
With our patrons.
Patrons, yeah. I just like saying patronized because, you know.
Because you do it so much.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Get excited for next week. If all works out.
Probably next week.
Probably next week.
Yeah.
If all works out, we should have a really fun episode next week.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks.